This game does make it seem like you can just pick up a gun and start shooting people.
In tonight's Fox 17 special Waste Watch report, we are shining the spotlight on a video game that's created by the U.S. government.
Now, this is a video game that some fear may also be training terrorists overseas on your dime. Fox 17's Erica Curry in studio now with the story.
That's right, Scott and Stacy. I have my hands on this top secret report, now declassified, leaked from the National Security Agency by Edward Snowden. This isn't just about online information and privacy issues. Now we're telling you about something else in this report. A fear by the U.S. intelligence community that this government-created game could compromise our national security.
Reloading, cover me!
Go around shooting different people.
Down!
Yasmin Planchich considers himself a gamer. He joins us at Fox 17 to play America's Army for the first time and likes it, but not enough to pay for it.
I'd rather have a taxpayer's money go to something more important like education.
Squad, move out.
The game is free for anyone around the world to download, and it's how the Army hopes to meet and recruit young Americans.
This isn't the only first-person shooter game out there, but it is the only one that starts with video of a soldier's life. You can see these soldiers in action, in training, in classrooms, or even some of the things they do out there on the battlefield as they fight their missions, and all this is playing while the game downloads.
And American taxpayers are footing the bill for this, more than $400,000 just this year to maintain the game. According to GameSpot.com, development and maintenance of the game cost about $33 million in its first 10 years. That's way over the projected $7 million cost for 5 years.
It was pretty realistic. I mean, you know, you're moving pretty good. The details on, like we're saying, buildings and things like that are pretty detailed.
In a written statement, an Army marketing and research group spokesperson tells me players have spent hundreds of millions of hours in the game and as a result have learned about all facets of the Army.
That is a young child playing.
Brewington and Planchich are playing on the same team, but it's hard to say who was playing with them on the other end.
I've heard, I guess by telling by the accent, a lot of maybe British people, kids especially playing it.
The U.S. intelligence community has concerns over terrorists' potential use of it. This top-secret National Security Agency report from 2007 says the game is acknowledged to be so good the Army no longer needs to use it for recruitment, they use it for training.
This game does make it seem like you can just pick up a gun and start shooting people. There's even a mode where you train.
The report explains these games show what weapons to use against what target, what ranges can be achieved. It even helps practice aiming and firing. And that's not counting the military operations and tactics, land navigation, and terrain familiarization. The Army denies this claim, saying America's Army is not a training vehicle and contains no tactics, techniques, or procedures.
It's a lot like Call of Duty or like Wolfenstein, things like that. First-person shooter, you're military, fighting other military people.
The NSA also draws the comparison of this game to the way some of the pilots in the 9/11 terror attacks only trained using Microsoft's Flight Simulator.
Not worth it.
It's a double whammy for taxpayers, not knowing who this pricey recruitment tool is helping.
Put money on something else. Education, roads.
The Army tells me its video game is the 25th top way for someone to access the GoArmy.com website. Since last November, more than 17,000 people visited their site from the game. Erica Curry, Fox 17 News.
Now, if you'd like to share this story with a friend or a relative, we have it online at fox17.com. Just click on the Waste Watch tab there at the top of the page.